Alright, this is a video on how to change your transmission fluid and filter. This is the bottom of my transmission. This is a 2008 Chevy Impala. 3.5 liter. I'm not sure if that matters for the transmission type. One tip that I did want to give out just right away before I forget. See if I can set my flashlight up here. So you can see where that drip is coming from right here. Just this hole right here in the transmission is where the filler or the neck of the filter is going to pop in. And there is a gasket that goes up there before it. So I had a pretty hard time getting it out. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a tip on how I got it out. I'm going to take you over here and show you what I did. So here is the old part right here. You can see it's pretty bent up. And it's actually metal, and that is what shocked me the most. So a lot of videos out there on YouTube that I saw, these oftentimes get stuck up after you pull the filter out. This gasket type material gets stuck, but at least in this vehicle it's a metal gasket, and I think it's surrounded by a little bit of rubber. So I had a really hard time getting it out. Obviously I didn't want to pry it out with a screwdriver or anything. I saw a lot of advice on that. I did do, in all honesty, I did a few taps with a screwdriver as gently as possible, just to bend that part that you see bent. And then what I did was I just grabbed a fancy pair of pliers here. They just have that rounded tip at the end that helped me to get in, grab that one piece. Then what I did was I stuck a paper towel in between the transmission and the pliers, just so I didn't damage anything and pry it up against it. And then I could use that leverage just to pull it out. Otherwise, it's not a rubber gasket, so it's not something that you can easily pull out. It's been in there for 100,000 miles, so it was pretty tough coming out. And I knew that. This is the new gasket that I got from AutoZone in this Duralast kit with the filter. So when I came over and looked at it and realized it was metal, that's kind of different than anything that I ever found on anything on YouTube on this, just getting a gasket out. Usually they just say they get stuck and you can pull it out if you try really hard. But when it's metal like this, you're gonna need something more than just your fingers when it's super slippery. Basically, what you're gonna do though, when this is up in the car, this is the passenger side. So what I did first was I took out just, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 bolts on this side first, put my catch pan, and all the fluid just flowed to that side, so I got most of the fluid out. And there's 20 bolts around the side that you're going to take out. So what I did was I broke all of them loose, just a tiny bit, and then I took all of these out all the way, let all the fluid drain out before taking out the rest of them. And then what I did was I just took some carburetor cleaner, if you have any lacquer thinner or acetone, that would work as well, just to get all the gunk out. Make sure you clean it out really well before you put it back. Any of your mating surfaces here, you want to make sure that those are completely clean before you put on the new gasket so it seals well. And then last thing is make sure, this is the magnet that's going to pull any metal shavings from the transmission through the fluid and just collect them so it doesn't damage the transmission more. So make sure that you clean that out very thoroughly. It's going to be pretty nasty. Just spray it down good, both sides. Make sure your mating surface is good, and then go ahead and get the old gasket. I'll take it over right here. I'm not gonna be able to show how to put it back in. But basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spread out my gasket on the pan here. I'm gonna screw in one here, and just start it. And I'm gonna really slowly just kind of do a crisscross pattern throughout the whole thing, and I'm gonna tighten them down the same way. And once they're hand tightened, I'm gonna go through crisscross pattern again, and I'm going to torque them down to spec from the owner's manual. So in inputting the new filter is pretty simple. First, you're going to go into that hole that I showed you at the beginning, pop your new gasket-ish piece in, metal gasket, and then after you push this in, and again, it goes that black piece first, so this is rubber right at the end. So this lip is going to be still showing. Then you're going to stick that piece in right here, and it should fit in really snug. And then, like I said, you're just going to crisscross it down, refill your vehicle with fluid, and then make sure that after running it for a little bit, you check the fluid level, whether you have a dipstick or another method of checking that. And then I'm going to crawl under my vehicle and just kind of watch it for a couple of minutes, make sure that there's nowhere that it's leaking, no seeps in the gasket. And then as soon as that is good, I'm going to turn the vehicle off, recheck my fluid level because it's got to be hot when I do that. Then you're good to go. So really it is pretty simple. It's simple but time consuming, I should say. So I'm going to show you one more time under the vehicle because I know that's what helps most people the best, obviously. I don't have a ton of room, which is why I'm not able to show you guys. But you can see like all these bolts here. Again, they go all the way around just like the pan. So you're going to stick the piece up there, then you stick the filter up with it, and then refill it with fluid, and you are good to go. Hope this helps someone out.